Press A. Play solo. Other. A grab bag of stuff. Beatspell. Follow the rhythm and cast magic spells as you battle monsters in a mysterious setting. Abracadabra. Please be aware that the audio delay on the TV you're using may result in less optimal gameplay in this mode. We recommend playing Beatspell in handheld mode, but you can continue as is or try using another TV. Chapter 1, Awakening. Beep. Now then, open your eyes. Beep. Finally, you're awake. Beep. I am outside the cave, speaking to you from the castle. Beep. Ah, you don't know what I'm talking about. So it seems the memories are gone. Beep. Well, I suppose it's only fair to refresh them. Teach you how to cast spells again. Beep. First, press B to perform the moves. Beep. Moving like a pro already. Beep. Now for the magic. Beep. Press A to cast. Beep.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Impressive. Quite impressive. Beep. But you're going to have to put it all together. Beep. You must perform the moves and cast while staying on the beat. Beep. Look for the B and A icons and press the buttons in rhythm to torch this scarecrow. Beep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You've just cast flame. Beep. You can cast this magic repeatedly, as long as you stay on the beat. Beep. Let's try again with flame. Match the rhythm. Beep.
Yeah.
Bravo. Your skills have not diminished one bit. Beep. But I wonder, would you be as adept without visual aid? Beep. Let's find out. Cast flame with the training wheels off. Don't forget to stay on the beat. Beep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see why everyone was always calling you the most talented young lady they've ever met. Beep. By the way, if you move and cast with perfect timing, your magic will land as a critical hit. Beep. You should aim for as many critical hits as possible, because that will allow your magic to pack a maximal punch. Beep. I think you're ready to battle some ferocious monsters who dwell deep in the cave. Yes? Beep. We can't let them escape and make their way to the castle. Surely you agree. Beep. That was an attack. I'm sure the monsters will do even worse. Beep. When you take a hit from a monster, you'll lose a little health. Beep. If your health reaches 0 and you take one more hit, you'll lose a heart. Beep. And if all your hearts disappear, beep. Well, beep. Let's make sure you defeat the monster before that happens. Beep. The kingdom's everlasting peace rests on your shoulders. No pressure. Beep. I'm counting on you. Beep. I can't lose. You're... What are you? A magician? Bah. Beep. A magician has no business facing me, one of the 4 fears. I am Hex. Ha ha. You've never heard of the 4 fears? Beep. Well, allow me to terrify you with knowledge. We are 4 fearsome monsters. We're very strong. Beep. We're so strong, in fact, that I am the weakest of the bunch. Beep. Can you imagine? 3 monsters stronger than me? It's absurd. Beep. I don't suppose you're here to try and stop us from getting out of the cave. Are you? Beep. Because I was really looking forward to devastating that castle. And if you stand in my way, I will annihilate you in the name of the 4 fears. Beep. Bow down before the 4 fears. You did well. Beep. Now you must return to sleep until the next monster appears. Beep. Congrats on clearing the level. You've unlocked something to read. Nara's Memoir 1. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Beep. What a battle. You've unlocked something to read. Hex's Secret. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Beep. Chapter 1, Awakening. Chapter 2, Healing Magic. You're awake. Beep. You did well before. Beep. How amusing that those monsters would be so bold as to label themselves the 4 fears. Beep. We can't let them get away with something so audacious. Beep. Therefore, I'd like you to go teach them another lesson. Beep. Don't worry. We'll do a little magic refresher first. In case you're still sleepy from that nap. Beep. I'll grant you the ability to cast flame once again. You're back at level 1 for now, but defeating monsters will allow you to level up again. Beep. Let's review the magic, shall we? Beep. Move with B and cast with A. Beep. Combine them in the right order and you'll cast flame. That's B and A, pressed in rhythm with the beat. You've still got it. Beep. The things I do as leader of the Magicians Guild, all in the name of protecting the kingdom's subjects. In this case, I must rely on your powers. Remember, I'm counting on you. Beep. I've got this. Huh. It might be good for you to learn to cast Cure. Beep. Cure is healing magic, of course. Beep. When your health gets low, use Cure to recover. Beep. To cast Cure, press B, then down, then A at double the tempo of the beat. Beep. Yes. You've always been a quick learner. Beep. A warning. I suspect the attacks from your enemies will grow stronger from here on out. Beep. Be careful. Beep. Here. Oh, a magician? Nice to meet you. Beep. The name's the second of the four fears. Wait, how did you get past Hex? Did you really beat him? Beep. That's actually pretty cool. We should be friends. Beep. Maybe we could grab a cup of coffee or something? Beep. But you're stuck in this cave, aren't you? Beep. Darn. Guess I'll have to head to the castle all by my lonesome. Beep. Are you trying to stop me or something? You're not moving out of the way. Beep. Ugh, fine. Guess I'll have to destroy you. Beep. You really wanna be on my bad side? Quiet attack. You did well. Beep. Now you must return to sleep until the next monster appears. Beep. Congrats on clearing the level. You've unlocked something to read, Nara's memoir too. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Chapter 2, Healing. Chapter 3, The Fire Monster. How are we feeling? Well rested and awake? Beep. I found the third of the 4 fears. And I want you to wipe him out. Beep. But before you get started. Beep. Let's make sure you're still comfy casting Flame and Cure. Move with B and cast with A. Beep. Combine them in the right order and you'll cast Flame. That's B and A, pressed in rhythm with the beat. Beep. Sprinkle in the B, down, a combo to cast Cure when you need it. Beep. You're quite dependable. Beep. That said, I'm sure that this set of monsters will put you to the test. Beep. I'll be watching from the comfort of the castle. Do your best. Beep. You want to go? Bring it. Ah, it seems you're ready to cast Wave. Beep. Sometimes it's useful to make a splash. That's when you cast Wave. Beep. Let's make sure you know how to use the spell. Beep. Stick with B and A in rhythm, but skip the third beat. It's like bang, bang, hop, pow. Beep. No sweat. Not even the most difficult magic phases you. Beep. Think about casting Wave when things get a little heated. Beep. Cast the spell you need for the situation. Beep. That's what you always used to say. Beep. Anyway, the cave beckons. Let's go deeper, shall we? Beep. It's so hot. Magician, huh? Beep. Not sure what a magician is doing in this cave. Beep. Unless that demon sent you, didn't it? Beep. I can't abide that. Move it or lose it. Beep. I will reach the castle and eliminate the demon. You cannot stop me. Beep. So you really want to fight, huh? Fine by me. Beep. Be warned. I am Pyro, and my armor is impenetrable. Beep. You'll see. Cower before my durability. Beep. I gotta get past you. No, my armor. I don't need armor to burn you to cinders. You did well. Beep. Now you must return to sleep until the next monster appears. Beep. Congrats on clearing the level. You've unlocked something to read. Nara's Memoir 3. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Beep. Chapter 3. The Fire Monster. Chapter 4. The Fourth Fear. Hey, wake up. Beep. I found the last one of those monsters. The Fourth Fear. Beep. All you have to do is defeat this last monster to secure the kingdom. Beep. In other words, this will be your final battle. Beep. Let's go over the magic one more time. Beep. Move with B and cast with A. Beep. Combine them in the right order and you'll cast Flame. That's B and A, pressed in rhythm with the beat. Beep. Now try combining B, down, and A to cast Cure. Lastly, use B and A but skip that third beat to cast Wave. Bang, bang, hup, pow. Beep. Perfect. Beep. You could actually win this battle. Beep. To think. You're responsible for the future of the kingdom. Beep. Good luck. I'm counting on you. Beep. here. Burn him up here. You wanna see what I got? Eh? Whoa, you made it. Beep. So you're the magician who beat Hex, Bee, and Pyro. Beep. It's actually an honor to meet you. Truly, I'm impressed. Beep. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I'm a flame dragon serving Drac, the final fear. Beep. Under different circumstances, perhaps we could be friends. But alas. Beep. Yeesh. Thought he'd never shut up. Beep. See? This is why we can't be friends. Beep. Personally, I've got nothing against you, but... He's still not done yapping. Beep. See? You see what I'm dealing with? Beep. Both of you. Shh. Beep. The time for talk is over. Let's finish this. Beep. Leave it to me. Beep. My dragons will take good care of you. No cutting them. Let's switch it up. Pardon me. Bye-bye. Let's switch it up. Switch it. Pardon me. Bye-bye. You did it. You defeated the four fears. Beep. Now the kingdom will be at peace. Beep. As leader of the Magician's Guild, I offer my sincere gratitude. Beep. Now, I'm afraid it's time for us to part ways. Beep. You may resume your rest. Beep. Good night. Beep. Congrats on clearing the level. You've unlocked something to read, Nara's Memoir 4. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Beep. Chapter 5. New Other. A grab bag of play solo. Rhythm rep. Sound studio. Video examples. Beatspell. Nera's memoir. Real name, Hexubus. Likes anyone stronger than him. Dislikes soft foods. I like my battles like I like my steak, tough as leather. I don't even like soft drinks. That's why I put ice in every beverage so I can crunch it down. Even a glass of water feels like a meal when I have to chew every bite. Don't even think about trying to take credit for that food hack though. I invented it. It's mine. Hexus. Nera's I suppose it all started when I wandered off toward the mountains as a child. I was told not to go. But I was naive. I had no idea about the sort of dangers that lurked just beyond the edge of the village. So, I packed up a picnic lunch and traipsed off to explore the wild, directly disobeying the instructions that had been given to me. That's when I saw my first monster. I'd never seen anything so terrifying. I froze, unable to move from the spot where I was standing. And I thought that was it for me, until I heard a fair whoosh and saw flames engulf the monster in time with a surprisingly jaunty beat. I turned, wide-eyed, to discover a stranger in elegant clothes gracefully waving a baton nearby. This person moved in time with the rhythm and struck a series of strange and beautiful poses. With each one, a new torrent of flame bathed the monster until nothing but dust remained. I was captivated. The stranger then spoke to me, asking if I was okay. He had saved my life. To this day, I'm in debt to this magician. Yes, this was my introduction to the world of magic and magicians. I learned how they bravely protect us and keep the peace by battling horrific monsters. And I wanted to become one of them. In that moment, I made a vow to myself. Now, the first step to becoming a magician is to be accepted to the Magician's Guild. And in order to do that, you must pass a rigorous entrance exam. And possess an excellent sense of rhythm. As it turns out, rhythm is everything to a magician. Before taking the exam, I poured everything I had into my rhythm training and magical studies. Day in and day out, I moved and cast until I practically collapsed from exhaustion. I'll admit, there were times when I thought about quitting. But I was determined. I couldn't give up. When I finally took the test, I passed with flying colors. In fact, they told me I actually had the highest score of any applicant, ever. People told me I was a prodigy. A genius. The best ever. But in my mind, I had done nothing of note. My goal was to become like that magnificent magician who had saved my life, and I was still on step 1. But maybe I had moved a little closer to my goal. Beep. On the day of the enrollment ceremony at the guild, I spotted the magician I had looked up to for so long. And then, to my great surprise, he took the stage and gave a speech. It turns out that the very person who had saved me was no less than the leader of the Magician's Guild. For the second time, I felt awestruck and humbled. I couldn't believe it. I still had such a long way to go. Beep. Nera's memoir too. To think. The leader of the Magician's Guild was the one who saved me. He's one of the most powerful people in the kingdom. I couldn't believe my hero was, well, basically everyone's hero. It might seem ambitious, but right then and there, I decided I'd devote my life to becoming the leader of the Magician's Guild myself one day. Re-energized, I dove back into my magical training. Beep. Before long, us first-year magicians were given an assignment in the field. We were paired up with a partner and sent out on patrol. And while we didn't expect to encounter much action, it was still exciting. It was my first real chance to see what I could do. Well, I was excited until I saw who I'd be paired with. It was you, the class slacker who was known for cutting lessons and taking shortcuts. Beep. Still, you was just a novice like me. Surely she'd begin to take things seriously on an assignment like this. One would think. A few minutes into the mission, you left, saying, "I'm not in the mood for this. A nap sounds better instead." Well. Beep. How can she treat this like a game? I was furious, but I didn't have long to stew in my anger. Not 5 minutes later I was ambushed by a monster. After a moment of near panic, I collected myself and began casting spells. I had trained for this. That monster was no match for me. Beep. Except in this case, it was more than a match. My spells had almost no effect. The monster was unfazed, and I was beginning to run out of strength to keep up the rhythm. Out of nowhere, the monster was engulfed in a blaze of hot fire. It crumbled to the ground. I could see a figure in the distance holstering a baton. It was you. Hugh. Glad you're safe, she said, jogging toward me. Beep. Wait. I shouted, mustering my last ounce of strength and casting my most powerful spell. Unbeknownst to you, the monster had risen and was about to pounce on her. Luckily, I had saved the best for last, and my spell finally reduced the monster to dust. Beep. Don't you know that monsters can still attack even if they've been knocked down? You can't be sure you've defeated it until it's completely gone, I said. Oh, I had no idea, you said. Thanks for saving me. No. You saved me first. I should be thanking you, I said. So, thanks. Beep. From that day forward, you and I began practicing magic together. One time I asked her why she suddenly seemed to take more interest in her studies. It's just more fun with you, Nara, she said. It was more fun for me too, and I could sense my skills improving rapidly as I trained with you. Beep. Things were going great. I was sure that I was on the path to becoming the leader of the Magicians Guild. My resolve had never been stronger. Above all, I was just happy to have made a good friend. I was so happy. Beep. Nara's Memoir 2. Nara's Memoir 3. As I settled into life in the guild following that harrowing day, the time I spent training, eating, and chatting with you felt like a reprieve. And while she had been deemed a lazy magician at first, the other students were starting to discover what she was capable of. Of course, she still skipped basic training drills from time to time, and she didn't seem to care about being chastised. Not just anyone could get away with this, but you proved it in the field. On field missions, she'd often take on tough monsters by herself and win handily. What's more, she looked good doing it. That is to say, she had magnificent form and rhythm, a mastery of the technique that began to win over plenty of fans. She remained humble, aside from the occasional skipped warm-up drill, of course, and just went about her training like the rest of us. But I could tell she was not like the rest of us. Her sense of rhythm and style were something else. And while I was Yu's friend, I was also her fiercest competitor, at least in my own mind. I trained intensely in order to keep up with her. My efforts did not go unnoticed. Among all magicians at the guild, my reputation soared. Perhaps even higher than Yu's. Beep. For a time, the rhythm of everyday life and training intertwined peacefully. Until the day we got the news. Our leader, the magician who had saved my life and inspired me, had been gravely injured by a monster. I couldn't believe it. Fortunately, his injuries were not life-threatening. But it was soon reported that he would be stepping down from his leadership role due to injuries. And he would be nominating a replacement. Beep. That meant the time was at hand. Although I had mixed feelings, I could sense I was on the brink of accomplishing my ultimate goal, becoming the leader of the Magicians Guild. I could finally make my dream come true. I knew I worked harder than anyone else, and my skills were among the best. I had a good reputation and was well respected. I had a really good chance at this. Beep. It wasn't long before the decision was made. The name was to be read aloud in a gathering of the magicians. And the one chosen as our new leader was you. Beep. While you was chosen as our new leader, I was appointed to be her vice chair. But I couldn't have cared less. I didn't even congratulate you. In fact, I started to avoid her. Beep. There was something inside me that burned with resentment. I was the one who was meant to replace the leader of the guild. I had to prove I was better than you. That's what led me to the Forbidden Book. The book contained magic that ordinary students weren't meant to study. Magic that could summon demons. It was said that one could make a deal with a demon in exchange for great power. It felt like my only option. I made my move in the middle of the night, removing the book from its keep and sneaking off to the deserted courtyard. By the dim light of a small fire, I studied the procedures carefully and readied myself to cast the spell. As I made the final move and cast the spell, the air took on a sudden chill. A dark mist appeared. Something huge and grotesque began moving toward me from its depths. So this was a demon. As if the demon's physical form were not intimidating enough, I could feel its evil aura immediately. It stood as tall as a castle and looked down at me as it spoke. So you're the one who brought me here, it smirked. Ready or not, here I come. The demon's maw curled into a horrific grin before its entire body returned to mist and surrounded me. Everything went dark. I could feel the demon's presence in my own mind and my own heart begin to darken. I stumbled and fell to the ground and lost consciousness. After some time, during which I felt as if my body were being tossed like a rag doll, the darkness lifted and I regained consciousness. My head was clear, and I was filled with an incredible energy. But the darkness lingered in my heart. What happened? Are you okay? It was you. Standing nearby in the courtyard. Darkness surged within my body. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. The thought invaded my mind. Beep. Without hesitation, I cast a spell directly at you. She froze, wide-eyed, but did not so much as flinch or attempt to dodge. A moment later, she was gone. The spell I cast has the power to seal a person away in a deep cave filled with monsters. I heard myself laughing out loud. Beep. The next morning, when you was discovered to be missing, panic began to grip the guild community. She was known to strike out on her own, of course, so after several days, it was concluded that she had simply left on a whim. The council then acted swiftly to promote me from vice chair to leader of the Magicians Guild. It was all coming together. But perhaps I hadn't dreamed big enough. With the power of the demon surging within me, I could take things a bit further. The thought of ruling the world filled me with an intoxicating rush. But I could no longer tell if these were my own thoughts and feelings or those of the demon within. Beep. Nara's Memoir 4. Beep. Now then, open your eyes. Beep. Well, awake again, finally. Beep. I know you might prefer to slumber, but I have an important job for you. Beep. Surprised to see the old punching bag scarecrow speak? Beep. Well, I can explain. I'm what's known as a familiar. I speak for Nara. Beep. Do you remember? Nara summoned you from her home in the castle to take on the Four Fears. Beep. Nara, the leader of the Magicians Guild. The Nara. She's extremely important, you see. Beep. Unfortunately, Nara has been a little off recently. Beep. Top of the list, she has banned all forms of music. Any enjoyment of music at all is punishable by jail. Beep. It is almost as if a demon were controlling Nara's soul. Beep. Perhaps even her physical form has been corrupted somehow. I wouldn't be surprised. Beep. So, please, will you help rescue the great Nara? Beep. Why am I even bothering to ask? Of course you will. You needn't say a thing. Beep. Very well. Let's make our way out of this cave and head to the castle. Beep. Oh, right. Beep. I forgot, you're trapped in here. Beep. Huh. Beep. There may be a way. Beep. This cave contains 3 sacred places from which a magician may harness untold power. Beep. The things you could do with that power, if the stories I've heard are true. Beep. Well, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go see if we can find the first sacred place. Beep. It is known as the Eternal Fountain. We'll head in that direction now. Beep. Here we go. Beep. Hold it. Beep. I can't let you launch into the fray without a single spell. Beep. You always forget all your magic when you sleep. How could you forget that? Beep. No matter. I'll teach you the magic that I know. Beep. Let's just review it quickly. Beep. Follow the beat and light me up with flame by pressing B and A. Beep.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Ah, that was toasty. Beep. Now I'll pretend I'm one of your enemies and do this. Beep. That left a mark. Now you can practice using cure by pressing B, down, and A. Beep. That's perfect. Beep. I'm afraid I can't teach you the wave spell. It's too difficult. Beep. But I know for a fact that this cave contains magic circles, powerful energy spots that can impart spells. Beep. I think you're ready. Let's make our way to the eternal fountain. Beep. Go ahead and try out your new spell. Once you've got it down, press minus to move on. Beep. Hello again. Scarecrow here, speaking to you from afar. Beep. It looks like you found a treasure chest of some sort. How lucky. Beep. The magical items they contain boost your powers passively at all times. It's quite a good deal. Beep. Imagine the lift they could give you in battle, especially as the effects stack up. Beep. Well, it's certainly worth your time to plunder any other chests you find along the way. Beep. Alright. Good luck out there. Beep. Huh. There's something strange about this monster. I don't think your normal magic will work on it at all. And this rhythm is so unusual. Well, maybe we can get a little practice in while it appears to be dormant. Try casting this attack spell that uses a bang, bang, hey rhythm. Hey, that's not bad. Now let's try restorative magic that uses a bang, da da, hey rhythm. Alright, you got it down. How about one more blast of magic right at the end? The next dance is mine. Human, do you know where you trespass? Beep. This is a sacred place. I am its protector, and you must leave. Beep. The temperature is pleasant, and I am rather comfortable here. Beep. So you see, I am not keen to share this space, or leave it behind. Beep. To anyone who would threaten my comfort or pleasure. Beep. I will show you the full extent of my power. Beep. I shall have everything I desire. To you who have discovered this sacred place. Beep. I offer the pure power of this fountain. Beep. Oh, you're already awake this time. Good. Beep. You were unconscious for a bit, you know. The power of the eternal fountain knocked you out. Beep. So it seems the legend of the sacred spaces in this cave is true. How remarkable. Beep. If the rest is true, there are still 2 more spaces you can draw power from. So let's find them. Beep. And then we can use those powers to save Nera. Beep. Okay. According to the legend, the second sacred space is known as the Rainbower Shrine. Beep. We'll make our way there. But first. Beep. I'm afraid you've lost your spells and items again. Beep. It can't be helped. It happens every time you slumber, I'm afraid. Beep. You can now cast Flame and Cure again. Beep. Let's review quickly. Beep. First, light me up with some flame using B and A in rhythm. Beep. Excellent, thank you. Beep. Now, show me Cure using B, down, and A to the beat. Beep. Well done. Beep. You're ready to quest for the Rainbow or Shrine. Let's go. Beep. Oh ho. Beep. You got the wing ring. Beep. With that, you can now press left to perform an evasive maneuver known as a backflip. Beep. Try pressing left to execute a few backflips right now. Beep. Quite impressive. Beep. But it's not just for show. Beep. With the right timing, you can dodge enemy attacks with this move. Beep. Let's try it out. I'll attack, and you backflip with left to dodge. Beep. Nice. Beep. One more thing. If you pull off a backflip with perfect timing, beep, you can actually make enemies flinch for a moment. Beep. And that will give you a terrific opening to attack. Beep. What a powerful item. Hopefully it will serve you well. Now then, let's continue toward the Rainbow or Shrine. Beep. Oh, I'm picking up an unusual sensation again. It's another monster that moves to a strange rhythm. And it's fast. Whoa. Let's practice quickly before it notices we're here. You can still attack on the same beats that you're used to.
Yeah! Yeah!
Nice. To recover, you gotta hit beats that aren't evenly spaced. Sing, buff, buff. Get into it. Now, for the coup de grace.
Yeah!
Fireworks. Follow my lead. Hey, what are you doing here? Beep. Probably after my ore, right? Well, it's mine. Get out of here, kid. Beep. Forgive me, or I wasn't yelling at you. I'd never let anyone steal you away from me. Beep. Hey, I thought I told you to leave. That was a private moment between me and the ore. Beep. You just don't get it, do you? Beep. I guess I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson. Beep. You're too deep now, kid. Attention! You who have discovered this sacred space. Beep. Prepare to receive the tenacious power of the stone. Beep. You're awake already, aren't you? That's good. Beep. And you obtained the rainbow ore last time. Also good. Beep. But we have one more sacred space that we must visit. Let's head for the room of mushrooms. Beep. Before we depart, I'm afraid I have some news that's not good. Beep. Your spells and items have vanished. Again. Beep. And you can't do backflips anymore. Beep. Perhaps you will obtain the wing ring once again on the way. Beep. But for now, here's what we've got. Beep. This is business as usual for you at this point, isn't it? Beep. I'm sure you instinctively remember how to move and cast, but I insist on a quick review. Beep. Take out your frustrations by lighting me up with flame. Use B and A in rhythm. Beep. A refresher is always helpful. Beep. Now, heal yourself by casting Cure with B, down, and A. Beep. Yes, that's the stuff. Nicely done. Beep. At last, we can move forward toward the final sacred space. Beep. Surely this will culminate in the glorious rescue of Nera. Beep. For now, onward to the room of mushrooms. Beep. Oh ho. This is a spell you've never cast before. Beep. The attack plus spell increases the power of your attacks. Beep. First, try casting flame normally while keeping an eye on the damage. Beep. Now, blast me with flame while attack plus is in effect. Yes, you did it. Beep. With the attack plus spell in your bag of tricks, you can increase the power of all your attacks on demand. Beep. Combining spells effectively is the key to defeating difficult monsters, as you'll soon see. Beep. Now, let's move on toward the room of mushrooms. Beep. Welcome to my show. Beep. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll fall to pieces. Beep. The laughing was supposed to start already. What's wrong? Why aren't you laughing? Beep. Laugh, I command you. Please. Please laugh. Beep. If you don't laugh, that means I'm not funny. Beep. And if I'm not funny, that means I'm going to have to get serious. Beep. I'll make you laugh so hard you'll cry. Watch me. Beep. Hope you're having fun. Attention! You who have discovered this sacred space. Beep. Prepare to receive the vibrant power offered by the Room of Mushrooms. Beep. Did you wake up on your own? Beep. You now hold the power of the 3 sacred spaces, but... Beep. You seem about the same as before. Has anything changed? Did you learn anything new? Beep. Whoa. You're shining. Beep. You who have gathered the 3 powers. Beep. I now offer you the sacred magic. Beep. This is no ordinary spell. Beep. You can use it to dispel the evil power that has you in its grasp. Beep. Listen for the tone of bells ringing. They will sound when the evil power is near. Beep. Cast this spell in response to the tone and melody of the bells. Beep. May good fortune be with you. Beep. I'm not sure what that was all about. But I do hear the sound of bells in this melody. Beep. I suppose it's worth a try. Why don't you see if you can cast the spell? Beep. Ah, what's happening? Hey. Beep. This is amazing. You finally made it out of the cave. Beep. And it was all you. Beep. I wonder if your memory is back too. Do you remember many spells? Beep. Oh, just the most basic ones, huh? The ones you always learned first. Beep. Can you even do a backflip? It doesn't look like it. Beep. Never mind. This is not a problem. You'll relearn it all in due time. Beep. Oh, but that strange glyph that surrounded you, it's gone. Beep. The glyph must have had a terrible effect on you, keeping you bound within its confines. Beep. You must feel so free without it. Beep. Well, I suppose we can now proceed to where Nera is being held. Beep. Oh, but first. Beep. Just one more quick review. Beep. As always, flame is first. Bathe me in fire using B and A. Beep.
Yeah! Hot! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, your flame spell has room to breathe outside. It feels hotter than ever. Beep. Next, try cure with B, down, and A. Beep. Invigorating. Well done. Beep. Very well. I think you're prepared. Beep. The Great Nera awaits your arrival. Beep. You must find a way to rescue her, no matter what. Beep. Now, let's be on our way. To the castle. Beep. At last, you've made it. Beep. I had no doubt we'd meet here eventually. Beep. Because no matter how hard I try. Beep. I can never live up to you. Beep. Maybe this will help you understand why I've done what I've done. My soul was a small price to pay. Beep. With my new power, I will never lose to you again. Beep. And I will show that I am better than you. Once and for all. Beep. I will win. No matter what. Ugh. Beep. I didn't win. Beep. I put everything I had into it. For nothing. Beep. Beep. I can't take it anymore. Beep. Please. Just end this. Beep.
Cut.
No. You used the sacred magic. Beep. Well, you managed to drag me out of that human body. Beep. It ended up being worthless. What a hunk of junk. Beep. I was going to exploit that weakling's soft heart to rule over the world. Beep. No matter. I've drained her magic. It's mine to use as I see fit. Beep. All that's left is to show every pathetic human the true meaning of misery and suffering. Beep. Wait. Do you intend to confront me? Is this a joke? Beep. Do you not understand the situation here? Look at yourself. You have no chance against me. Beep. I don't like the look in your eyes. Whatever. Beep. You're about to regret everything. Beep. You're past the point of no return. No crying and apologizing now. This can't be. for playing. And congrats on making it all the way. Congrats on clearing the level. You've unlocked something to read. Letter from Nera. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Beep. What a battle. You've unlocked something to read. Demon's Secret. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Beep. Are you awake? Beep. What am I thinking? I just woke you up, so of course you're awake. Force of habit. Beep. Well, are you sure you're okay exploring this cave again? After everything? Beep. I mean, it's you. Of course you're going to be just fine. Beep. So, I've woken you up so that you can investigate a strange aura that has appeared deep in the cave. Beep. And although you know this place well, don't ever let your guard down. Beep. The aura seems to weaken the spirit of all who enter the cave. Beep. During battle, you may find that your willpower diminishes over time. Beep. And when you find yourself with no willpower remaining, beep. Well, beep. Try to make sure that never happens. Beep. Another thing, if you take damage when your health is at 0, it will also sap some of your willpower. Beep. The cave goes deeper than you may realize. Beep. So please take care. We want to see you back here safe and sound. Beep. Now then, off you go. Beep. Well, you did it. Beep. Is there any monster you can't defeat? That was terrifying. Beep. And now it looks like the evil aura in this space has fully dissipated. Beep. Well done. If you ever wish to come back, you may. But be careful. Beep. What a battle. You've unlocked something to read. Final secret. You can check it out in rhythm reference from the main menu. Beep. Welcome. Beep. I've been waiting. Congrats on clearing a random cave quest in Beatspell. Beep. That's not easy, but you did it. Beep. There must have been some gnarly challenges along the way, but you never gave up. Beep. Beatspell. Final. Nera's Memoir 4. Demon Nera's Memoir 1. There were other benefits to sharing the mind of a demon. For instance, I could begin to understand the history of demons and monsters and empathize with their plight. The demon who possessed me was a manager of souls. He was in charge of administering punishments to those in the underworld. Once a soul was judged and deemed guilty, it belonged to him until it was ready to start a new life. Beep. But for whatever reason, this particular demon was not very good at his job. He was not vigilant in his watch, and the souls in his care would often slip away. There is a cave adjacent to the underworld where the souls would materialize as monsters. This was the cave in which I had sealed you. Beep. No ordinary human could enter this cave, much less survive inside it. But with the powers granted to me by the demon, I was able to seal a human inside. As long as the power held, there would never be any escape. Monsters, on the other hand, were occasionally able to escape the cave and visit the human world. Beep. This was putting innocent humans at risk, and it was never a part of my plan. What a useless demon I had allowed to possess me. Beep. The underworld was in chaos because I had summoned the demon to me. Souls could escape almost at will. The cave was rapidly filling with monsters, and the monsters hated the demon for what it had done to them when they were disembodied souls. Beep. If those monsters could escape the cave, they could come for me. If they could sense that they could get to the demon through me, I would be in grave danger. I am not a monster or a demon, and I had no wish to see innocents attacked by monsters. And I wanted to save my own skin too. I had to do something. Beep. What if there were a way to stop the monsters while they were still in the cave? Ah, but there was. I could use her. I used my powers to call on you, waking her from her deep slumber within the cave. Beep. Demon Nera's Memoir 2. Thanks to you, those pathetic 4 fears were no more. I didn't think there were any other monsters that would target my demon directly. With no further use for you, I put her back to sleep within the cave. Beep. No one else stood in my way. I was free to resume conquering the world. Beep. My first order of business was to forbid the enjoyment of music. The mere sound of a melody or rhythm grated on the part of me that was now demon. It was easy to simply jail those who opposed this new rule. The remaining humans fell in line quickly. This pleased me. Beep. I was beginning to enjoy my success. I loved seeing the obedient faces of humans in my service. Those smiles though, I didn't like those. I made sure that they were exceedingly rare. And if anyone dared challenge me, I simply tapped into the demon's power and overwhelmed them. My plan was to keep making the world darker and darker, just a bit at a time. This would please the demon. Beep. It was at this point that I felt my consciousness slip below water. I was more demon than human, and completely out of control. Beep. Demon Nera's Memoir 3. Speaking of losing control, you had awakened, without my permission, and it seemed she was aware of the seal binding her within the cave and was working to undo it. Not that she would be able to do so, as long as my demon supplied me with power. But it seemed I didn't know everything about the true nature of the cave, or its sacred spaces. Beep. I also seemed to lose control of my scarecrow familiar around this time. It had no will of its own and should not have been able to take action without me. And yet it did. What could it all mean? Beep. No matter. The demon ensured that my focus remained on global domination, not so-called sacred spaces in an obscure cave. You could do as much sightseeing as she pleased down there. Besides, if she did manage to escape and find me, beep, it would be trivial for me to defeat her. Beep. Demon Nera's Memoir 3. Letter from Nera. My dearest you, I pray that you are well. I'm writing this letter as a form of apology, for whatever it's worth. Beep. What I've done is unforgivable, that goes without saying. So any apology I offer may seem pathetic and small. It can never be enough. And yet, I am compelled to offer one. I am truly sorry. Beep. I was so happy when we were friends. I should have allowed myself to accept that. It's just, I couldn't accept falling short of my dream. I had to be number one. I had to be the leader. I see now that my drive was a weakness, not a strength. Beep. Because of my failings, the world very nearly was plunged into darkness. But you stopped the demon in its tracks. We all owe you a debt of gratitude. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Beep. And now I must reckon with my weakness and my sins. I'm starting by volunteering with the Magician's Guild once again. Beep. Not that I can make up for what I've done, but I have to start somewhere. If there is some great ledger, perhaps I can begin to stack up good deeds. I know it's more than I dare to ask, but I would be grateful if you waited for me there. Beep. Once more for good measure, I am so sorry. And thank you for everything you've done. With deep regret and sincerest gratitude, Nera. Beep. Postscript just for the record, the scarecrow who began helping you on your journey was not always my familiar. Beep. Yes, I sent a regular scarecrow initially. It was just there to help you with the 4 fears. But when I abandoned it, the former leader of the Magician's Guild saw an opportunity. He assumed control of the creature and continued providing assistance. Even in his weakened state, he knew something was amiss, and he took decisive action to save the day. I'm still in debt to him. And you. Beep. Letter from Nara. Use request. Well, it has been some time since I began volunteering at the monastery. And for all of that time, you has been coming to visit me. But I haven't had the courage to face her. I know it's weak, but I couldn't face her kindness until I felt I had atoned for my mistakes. I made a promise to myself. Beep. Until today. Standing in front of me after all this time, you asked for a favor. She ambushed me, of course. My morning routine was to tend to the fields. So today, as I was deep in the weeds, covered in dirt, I noticed a shadow flit across the path. I raised my head to find you standing in front of me. Like that, my oath crumbled away. Beep. As she began speaking, I already had a protest in mind. I couldn't do magician's work, I no longer had the qualifications or will to cast a spell, but she waved aside my concerns as I raised them. I needed to hear her out. When I finally opened my ears, she told me that the monsters had stopped appearing. Beep. That sounded like good news, but there was more to it. You said that around the time the monsters stopped showing up, she detected a strange aura deep in the cave. And she wanted to investigate. Beep. The trouble was no human had ever entered the cave. Except for her. And I had used demon magic to put her there. I want you to seal me in the cave again, she said calmly, as if it weren't a ludicrous request. With the demon vanquished, I wasn't sure I could still cast the sealing magic. And even if I could, and I sealed you in the cave, how would I get her back out again? It will work out, she assured me. Beep. She hadn't changed at all, even after everything that had happened. Even after becoming the leader of the Magician's Guild. And it was hard to turn her down, but I had to. It was just too dangerous. She looked me right in the eyes and said calmly, I could only ask you for this favor, Nara. We must do this together. She was right. I owed her this much. Beep. I agreed to support her in any way that I could. And while I was nervous, I felt reassured to be working with you for once, instead of against her. Thank you, you. Again. Beep. Use request. Hex's secret. Real name, Hexubus. Likes anyone stronger than him. Dislikes soft foods. Beep. I like my battles like I like my steak, tough as leather. Beep. I don't even like soft drinks. Beep. That's why I put ice in every beverage so I can crunch it down. Beep. Even a glass of water feels like a meal when I have to chew every bite. Beep. Don't even think about trying to take credit for that food hack though. I invented it. It's mine. Beep. Hex's secret. V's secret. Real name, Violet. Likes people who obey her. Dislikes arrogant people. Beep. I suppose I don't mind the arrogant ones who become my puppets in the end. Beep. Oh, maybe puppets is too harsh. Let's just call them obedient friends. Beep. Yes, my friends, are so good to me. They guard me, run errands for me, and even sacrifice themselves to defend me. Beep. Just last night I was having a hard time getting to sleep, so they all rushed to my side to sing me lullabies. Beep. I did not enjoy the strange dreams that followed, but the absolute fealty of my friends is a luxury well worth the price of a little sleep. Beep. V's secret. Pyro's secret. Real name, Pyrotor. Likes training. Dislikes spicy food. Beep. I don't like spicy food. It makes my tummy hurt. Beep. My armor does nothing for the tummy ache. Beep. I don't eat spicy things on purpose, but beep. Sometimes people trick me. Like when V tells me that something is candy but it's actually spicy. Beep. I wish I could say I don't fall for it very often, but she's really good at tricking me. Beep. Pyro's secret. Drax's secret. Real name, Draconia. Likes cute things. Dislikes magicians. Beep. My dragons are a part of me. When they are hurt, I feel physical pain. When I hunger, I can hear their bellies growling. Beep. And yet, we have distinct personalities, and we do not always get along. Beep. In the event of a disagreement, we engage in a timeless tiebreaker system that has been used for generations. It is known as rock, paper, scissors. Beep. And yet, we continue to tie endlessly. Beep. It is possible that one of us will choose something other than rock one day. But not today. Beep. Drat's secret. Hada's secret. Real name, Hedonia. Likes, sweet things, juice, tasty things, sleeping, taking baths, drinking juice after taking a bath. Dislikes, nothing in particular. Beep. Oh, can I redo my answer about dislikes? I forgot that I don't like doing chores. No cleaning or working for me, thanks. Beep. I've heard that cleanliness is next to godliness, but does that really apply to house chores? Beep. If one could achieve a godly state simply by cleaning one's house, then how valuable could that godly state truly be? Beep. Therefore, cleaning is overrated. Beep. And I am already godly. Beep. Hada's secret. Stubbs' secret. Real name, Stubornicus. Likes, rocks. Dislikes, young people, loud young people. Beep. You know that every stone has its own soul? Beep. Yep. Just a little scraping and polish will reveal the stone's true character. Beep. Course, that means you gotta spend time with the stone. Really get to know it. Beep. Some of my best conversations are with rocks. They just listen. They never talk back. Beep. More people should talk to rocks. That's my take, and I'm sticking to it. Beep. Stubbs' secret. Farce's secret. Real name, Farcival. Likes, funny jokes. Dislikes, boring jokes. Beep. Did you know I'm an up-and-coming comedian? And I'm always working on new material. Beep. Lemma try one out on you, okay? Beep. What did the mushroom man say to the comedian? Beep. You should include me in your act sometime. I'm a fun guy. Beep. Get it? Fun guy? Alright, that's my time. See you soon. Beep. Farce's secret. Demon's secret. Real name, says he would never reveal it to humans. Likes, human suffering. Dislikes, human joy. Beep. Must I answer these infantile queries? Bah. Very well. I am a powerful demon with an important job in the underworld. Beep. You'll find out soon enough that the underworld is unbearably hot. Beep. And is it beyond the pathetic scope of human comprehension to understand that even a demon like me could become uncomfortable working in such conditions? So I try to cool off from time to time. Sue me. Beep. There are many ghost-like apparitions milling about in the underworld, and seeing one of them always refreshes me. Beep. Because when you see a ghost, a chill runs down your spine, doesn't it? Beep. Demon's secret. Final secret. Psst. I've got an incredible secret just for you. Because you've gone above and beyond in Beatspell. Beep. Before entering the random cave quest, try holding down the following buttons. LRZLZR. Beep. That's all I'm going to say. Try it for yourself and see what happens. Beep. Random cave quest. Ahem. Beep. Now then, open your eyes. Beep. How was that? Did I sound familiar? Beep. I had to try impersonating you just once. It's only fair. Beep. Hey. Sorry, I'll be serious now. Beep. But I never thought that you'd suggest coming here yourself. Beep. Still, now that you're here, I'd like you to investigate the strange aura at the end of the cave. Beep. Before you begin, please remember that the cave is extremely hazardous. I speak from experience. Beep. But I'm sure you will be fine. Alright, good luck. Beep. I'm counting on you. Beep.